We interviewed several, but Davie really stood out from the beginning to both of us. They really had a personal touch and an interest in our family. We felt like they were really responsive and communicated really well with us, which was very important
to me. Very big for her, communication. Yeah, good communication.
Yes.
I think the thing that exceeded my expectations working with Davie was how quickly it was completed from the day they put the shovels in the ground to start excavating to being lifted, and then the next team coming out immediately thereafter to start the build out of the new foundation and all of the finishing work. There was hardly ever a day, unless it was weather related, where they weren't here making noticeable progress every day. There was something that was not done the day before, and so I was very impressed by that, very pleased by that, and thankful for that.
We're here in Uptown, New Orleans at the home of Tyler and Barrett Wheeler. This is a recently completed grant-funded elevation project that we're excited to have completed. The job came out great. Really big house, carries a footprint of roughly 5,000 square feet. When calculating the weight, we figured it to be roughly 460 tons, which required installation of 120 of our patented Permalock pilings. Those pilings, which carry a lifetime warranty, will ensure this family has the peace of mind in knowing their house is stable for years to come.
I would also say my expectations were exceeded. Just the friendliness of the crew, each and every crew that came out, very kind, very friendly, treated our property with respect. We couldn't believe how on top of things it was. It was a nice, pleasant surprise.
I'd say another thing that exceeded my expectation is once you get into the process, there's always something that's not quite like the plan. And so we had to change a few things, and anytime we wanted to change something, Davie made that process very easy, and they were very accommodating. They didn't give us a hard time about anything, and just made everything go very smoothly as we worked through the issues.
Especially financially, like there were no financial surprises, which was another plus.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Everything was very above board and clear.
A few things different on this property. One, a house that is this massive with this big of a footprint requires a massive excavation. There's not enough room on the property to actually store all the soil that comes out from under the house. So what we had to do was get dumpsters, fill them daily, and have them picked up and swapped out. One of the main features that makes this different than the majority of our elevations is Barrett had a clear vision in the beginning of what he wanted it to look like. Instead of a split face block or brick or anything like that, he wanted to mimic the Tulane Alumni House. That's why we have this pattern instead of the blocks. And by doing so, it pretty much looks like it's always been this way. It doesn't look like a typical elevated house at all. Best part of the project is that these customers now have peace of mind. Whether it's going to be raining all weekend or if there's a hurricane coming, they can rest assured they're not going to flood.
Oh, I wholeheartedly recommend Davie. All of our neighbors that are going through this process, I say, you've got to go with Davie Shoring. It's just been the smoothest, easiest process.
If somebody was considering Davie versus some of the other shoring and elevation contractors, I would say go with Davie. Communication has always been great. The quality of the work has been very good, so we're very pleased with the quality of the work and the speed with which it happened, and we would recommend them without hesitation.